Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Hornswaggle by Black Flag Cornhole. Not too long ago, I reviewed the Bounty by Black Flag. I really like that bag, a really good bag. I was impressed with it, and I had you guys reach out. A lot of you recommended this bag. We're going to dive into this review. We'll start with the materials. Slow side of this bag is that linen material. It's the same material you find on the slow side of the Reynolds Victory, the B3 Justice, the Ultra Psycho X, Ultra Widow X. The Cornographics Nympho has it on there. It's a very popular material. A lot of bag companies use this on some of their bags. It's a very versatile material. You can do a lot with it. It's a controllable material. So it's a 5-speed material. However, it does vary a lot based on board condition. It really does fluctuate. So, 5-speed normal dry conditions, when boards get sticky, damp from humidity, it slows down. That moisture gets in this bag. It really starts to really stick up and not move. You can play like a 2 or 3 in those conditions. Boards get faster. You can play up like a 6, maybe in a 7-speed. So it really does have a wide range of speeds. I'm gonna call it a 5 because that's kind of the way, in my mind, on normal conditions, normal boards, it plays at a 5-speed. We'll call it a 5-speed. Fast side, this is the Game Changer Surefire Fast side. It's a 8.5 speed material. It's fast, somewhat controllable. It'll start the board pretty much in conditions, pushes or anything. It's a wonderful fast side for pushing through blocks, collecting bags. We're looking at a 5, 8.5 speed bag. Template on this is a medium template bag. It really is kind of that sweet spot. I really like the template size. This is kind of becoming my favorite size. My favorite template is kind of that medium size, really, for most bags. Except I get on faster bags because I don't mind a larger, floppier bag. But in this case, this medium template fits perfect for these bag speeds and materials. This bag is still fairly floppy because these two materials are very loose, very pliable. So they lead to a floppier bag, which leads to the whole friendliness or the forgiveness around the whole of the bag. I think the floppiness really comes into play there. We'll get more on that in playability here in a moment. The fill in here is, I think it's either 100% that flat fill or it's mostly flat fill. I don't feel any kind of mixture in here. I don't feel any kind of beads of any sorts. I think it's 100% that flat fill, which gives it a wonderful hand feel, right? You grab the bag, it really has a nice fluid hand feel to it. There's enough fill here, even though it's floppy, there's enough fill here to really lock the bag down. It has a great feel in the hand to it. It's a pretty forgiving bag as far as the landing. The one of the knocks on the slow side, this linen material, is it does have a tendency to want to kick on you, especially on stickier boards, but even normally it'll have a kick. When you add this flat fill in here, you take a lot of that kick out, so the bag lands a little softer, so it lands softer, kind of flattens out and runs pretty straight up the board. So the flat fill really helps to minimize the kick on this material, which is a good thing. These bags are ACL stamped for 2023. These are ACL Pro stamped for those of you who play in ACL events. Playability on this, since we're getting there, we'll go ahead and talk about the playability here. And this is a bag that is... It's a versatile bag, right? You can obviously you can just run bags in the hole with it, put bag after bag in, outscore your opponent, do that really well. You can also control this slow side material. I said it's very controllable. You can put blockers up there. You can create a dirty style game with this bag. It's full enough that if you got a blocker up there, it's really easy to collect. You don't have to go crazy aggressive. It's not going to cording up like typical floppy bags will. You clip a corner, you can take it in. So I found the bag to be really collectible. But for me, I think this bag, and I've mentioned this before when I've reviewed this slow side material, is I like this material on faster boards. When boards get fast, that's where I think this bag really shines. I think this bag really stands out because there are three knocks on the slow side material. It is similar to what the Surefire is as far as the negatives of it. And one is the kick. Right? And I talked about it a little bit. This material will have a tendency to kick. Now having that flat fill in here, you take some of that kick out. But if you get it, if you have a consistent angle on your bag one or the other, the bag is going to kick a little bit on you. It's controllable. So if you're consistent and you have that same tilt every time, you can play that kick. You can adapt to it. No big deal. The other thing on this material is the humidity. I talked about that as well. When boards get sticky and damp from humidity, the bag starts to slow down, just really isn't playable. So you really need dry board conditions for this bag to shine. The third thing is this material does have a tendency to hang on the hole, right? It gets up there, and I don't want to say it's not hole friendly, because if you've got enough movement, enough momentum in the bag when you're going up there, the flop in this bag. I talked about how floppy this bag, right? Bag's floppy, so that widens your landing zone, right? The floppier bags tend to have a wider than normal landing zone, because when that bag goes up and you're a little off on the left or right side, if you can just get this corner dip in, it'll grab the hole and spin around. As long as you have enough speed on the bag, enough momentum, the bag will speed around and come right back in. The problem that I had is when the bag kind of catches the hole and dies out and it hangs on that back edge, sometimes even on the back corners, this material it's sticky enough that it wants to hang there, and you add that flat fill in there, it kind of settles and it becomes a little harder to collect. You have to get more aggressive with it, either airmail drags, or if the bag is on the side, you've got to try to throw cuts to come across and cut it and clip it in. Just throwing a regular bag in the middle and just hitting it, it's not usually going to bring the bag in. Now, faster board conditions, this material doesn't hang as much. It's less friction, less resistance. So when it's sitting there, it becomes a little easier to come in, and that's why I like it on faster boards. You take away the kick, you eliminate the humidity issue, and you improve a little bit of that hole friendliness around the hole, less hanging up. So that's why I prefer it on faster boards. Now, I will say this material is very controllable in the sense that you can play cut shots. So if you do have bags hanging there, and I think, as a time to time, I had a bag hanging there, you just come across with a cut, it doesn't have to be aggressive cut, a little cut, come across, catch it. Because they're full enough, you can usually clip it and drag it in. So it's not that big a deal. The problem is when the bag's hanging on the back, you really have to throw an airmail drag if you want to collect it. That bag hanging on the back just isn't going to come through from the vibration of the bag hitting the board or you clipping it going in. You really have to be a little more aggressive with it. But there are always trade-offs. Whenever you gain something somewhere, you're going to have to sacrifice something somewhere, right? To me, cornhole bags are a zero-sum thing. So whenever you want to improve, like you improve the shot shaping, the control of the bag, you've got to give up something somewhere else, and that's usually around the hole friendliness. When you improve your hand feel with that flat fill, you lose some of that cascading that you get with the bead fill in the bag, right? So a little bit of trade. I don't want to knock it. I just say those are the three things that I find on this material, and it's not just this bag; it's all bag use material. However, the good side, the positives on this bag, and there are a lot of them, is one, it's a very controllable bag, right? Like I said, you can control this material, you can play the dirty style game, you can go hole for hole, you can really mix it up so it's versatile, you can do a lot with it. You can shot shape. This is a cuttable material, so like I said, you can throw your blockers up there, you can cut around, fourth bag, come over, clip it, take it in. Very collectible with this bag, so like I said, you can put your blockers more aggressive on your opponent's side, come through with your fourth bag or whatever down the middle and just clip them, take a minute. You don't have to go crazy aggressive over to collect the bag. So it gives you a little bit of confidence of putting that blocker more on your opponent's side to cause more problems for them and give you more room to work around on your next two bags before you collect it at the end. And honestly, it is a great bag. It's fast board conditions. I love this type of bag. This is a phenomenal bag. To me, this is a bag that if you throw the Psycho X, I think this is a bag you want to give a chance to. I really like the way this bag just feels and plays a little bit better than Psycho X. Very similar in the materials, the fill, everything like that. It's definitely a cheaper bag, so that really helps. But I think if you're a Psycho X type thrower, you throw that Reynolds Victory, check out the Hornswaggle. I think you're going to like it. I really enjoy throwing this bag. For that 5-8 speed range, it's a wonderful bag. And like I said, fast board conditions, it is awesome. Perfect for that. So leads me to availability in the bag. Black Flag has a website, blackflagcornhole.com. That's where you go. They have their bags pretty much readily available. When I went on there, a lot of different models available. They have quite a few different colorway options. So you have a lot of choices to choose from, which is phenomenal. The best thing about the bags, I think, is the price. The set of these bags is $60. They have a few of their designs, I think were like 65 or so, or maybe some 70, I can't remember. But the standard design was $60 on there. It's like $10 shipping. So $70 for a set shipped to you all in. That's an awesome price for an ACL stamp bag. It's probably one of the cheaper bags you're gonna find out there, and for the quality of it, it's definitely worth it. I do recommend. I mean, this is the second bag from Black Flag that I've reviewed, and I think both of them are a great value. So if you're looking for some options on bags to try out, don't overlook Black Flag Cornhole. I love the Bounty, and the Hornswaggle is also a phenomenal bag, so check those out. I'm looking forward to reviewing some more of the bags, so if you have another model that you're wanting me to check out, drop a comment down below. If you're throwing the Hornswaggle, I'd love to hear your opinions of them as well. Whether you agree with me or not, drop your comments down below. I love hearing your feedback, guys. I thank you so much for support, and I thank you for watching.